Hello everyone, this is Tormuse, and picking up where I left off in Doki Doki New Eyes. Assuming this follows the original game, this should be the last video, I think, unless CykaDev has some surprise in the end, I don't know. But yeah. I sort of expect this to end at the end of Act 2. Hopefully it doesn't boot me out of the game like it did at the end of Act 1, we'll see. Yeah, this is the scene where MC basically doesn't have. I think he has like a single line in the whole thing, which is "Sure, I don't care" in response to Yuri saying she wants to keep his poem. I think there might be a couple lines in the sitting down by the under the window bit. But anyway, moving on. Hi, Tormuse. I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Monica, I told you not to. Is she really late again? I let an exasperated sigh. Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? Say it like I do it on a regular basis or something. Sorry, this is right after. Hold on a second. Sorry, I'm just refreshing my memory. Sorry, maybe bothering you going. Yeah, she's just so they're just this is right at the start of the scene. Like Natsuki just decided to leave him alone, and then apparently she decided not to leave her alone after all. Anyway, just wasn't paying attention. Okay, I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately? Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. Guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. So, Natsuki, nobody cares. Why did you go look for some coins under the vending machine or something? That's the Natsuki root version of the scene. Natsuki turns around and doesn't answer. Serves you right. Trying to take part in my conversations, how inconsiderate. Suddenly the club door opens. Monica, of course. Aw, man. I'm the last one here again. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah, haha. You must have a lot of determination, starting this club and still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival, too. Anyway, Tormuse, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans today. Ah, is that so, Yuri? I'm not letting Monica get in my way, not this time. That's correct. Tormuse is already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad that I've already gotten him into literature, Monica? I suppose. Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. I silently chuckle. I win this time. Yes! Thank you for understanding, Monica. She just smiles and walks away. Okay. I look at my bag. The tea I brought should be in there. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Oh, hey, he does have a line. Thanks very much. There's one thing that can make my reading time here any better. It's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Let's make my way to the closet and take my breath. Okay, it's going fine so far. My heart has been beating way too fast, and I think I know why. While I was cutting this morning, what I was lacking was Tormuse, but now that I'm here with him, what I'm lacking is cutting. I feel a knife in my pocket. Okay, I'll just go for a few minutes. After doing it, I'll definitely be feeling much better. I get the water pitcher from the closet, and I walk back to Tormuse. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. I hand him the pitcher as I grab the kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, then I'll go get some water. I quickly walk to the teacher's desk. I set the kettle on it. From the corner of my eye, I can see Tormuse. Looks like he's staring at me. At me. This is making me so excited. I just need to go out a little. I slowly exhale. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks. I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Here it sinks. I want to show him, but not now, not before reading. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. I hurry out of the classroom with the pitcher. Finally. Can't just stay in front of the club room. I said I'd fill the water pitcher, so we'll just go near the fountain. No one will find me there, right? I drop the water kettle on the floor as I fall on my knees. I grab my knife and I open it, revealing its long, curvy blade. I didn't realize how much I needed this. Yes, yes, more. Please, come me too. Show me. I want all of you, your blood and your entire body. It feels even better than when I was alone. Knowing that Tormes is here while doing it. Can't handle so much pleasure. Sorry, was there another line there? This is too exciting. I can't handle so much pleasure. I have trouble breathing. It feels too good. More. I want more. Yuri? Yeah. Feels like this feeling of ecstasy just stopped. All of a sudden, like around me. I feel worried, like someone's been watching me. I watch the knife with the water fountain and I fill the water pitcher. Tormes might start getting suspicious and he may discover this without me wanting it. My arm isn't bleeding too much, so my shirt and my blazer are enough to cover it. Okay, at least some acknowledgement of the fact that she hasn't cleaned up the wounds. There have been several, like I said before, there have been several points in this mod where it was like she cut herself, and then there's no reference to cleaning herself up, and I'm like, and she just went back in there. Did she at least put a bandage on her or something? I don't know. Anyway, moving on. I inhale and I enter the room. It's the eerie stabbing image again. Termi is still here looking at me. I smile back and all my concerns are gone once again. I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Termi, do you like oolong tea? Ah, yeah, anything's fine. Very well, I set up the kettle. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert in tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Ah, perhaps I will. Happily grin at Tormuse, and I start measuring the tea leaves. Yeah, so far it's all just so much copy-paste from the original, with glitch effect put in the exact same place as it was in the original. Anyway. Happily grin at Tormuse and I start measuring the tea leaves. The truth is, my heart is beating so fast I'm having trouble breathing properly, but being next to him just feels like heaven. I start humming a little, focusing on my breathing. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you who's around anyway. Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Tormuse. It's very endearing. Tormuse's expression changes a little. It's barely noticeable, but it was clear for me. I know his face. I've seen it so many times in my head. Have I talked too much? Is that it? Tormuse, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Eh? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Ah, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. Just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because my... How embarrassing. Your posture, right? Is that so? Did you just copy-paste... Did you get a little copy-paste happy line? You made him repeat that line there, CykaDev? Yes. I have terrible reading posture. No, seriously. Part of the reason I'm just sort of so blasé about this is because I've read these lines so many times. I know that so doesn't go there. It looks like you got a little copy-paste happy. Put it in the wrong place. Oops. I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. Termes bends down and grabs the book I lent him. I get a chill down my spine when I see him holding it. However, he also retrieves another item from his bag. Ah, I have some chocolate as well. I chuckle a little. Chocolate and tea, how original. Okay. Chuckle a lit. Yeah, I thought something looked off there. A lit instead of a little. Anyway. We both sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. Termes immediately takes the same reading position as last time, our complementary reading position, synchronized, and our bodies. I can't see too well. Without thinking, I slide closer to Tormy as I want to touch him more. My entire arm feels good. I can feel it, his bare skin through his clothes. An undescribable feeling. Perhaps indescribable? I grab Tormy's teacup and I hand it to him. Your teacup. He takes it with his free hand. It's obvious that he's feeling awkward. The look on his face indicates so. But this is a part of him that I love, yet another part I want. After a few minutes, however, it seems like his body relaxes a little. I feel his shoulder soften under mine. Ah, sorry. Travis opens the wrapper of his chocolates after a bit of struggling. He hands me one. You can have as much as you want. Ah, that's okay. I won't take any. Eh? Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges in the pages. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm just jaded because I've read these lines so many times, like in the original game and in mods, because there's so much. It's all so much copy paste. Like I just feel like some of those things like 2.5 years ago when this was made. I would have been more okay with it. It's just so many mods do this. I'm just and so much of this mod is just like get on with it. Like I want to get to the actual interesting parts when it moves away from the canon. Anyway, sorry. Oh, we'll get there soon. I hope. We'll see. Open the book with both hands. Our bodies are even closer to each other's. Try to focus on the book. This is the best I can do if I don't want to start saying weird things again. Slowly but surely, I'm getting there, closer and closer. In the corner of my eye, I see Tormy's put a chocolate in front of my mouth. Without thinking, I part my lips. I feel the chocolate between my lips, and I snap back to reality. That's an interesting way of parsing it. Okay. Did I just wait? I was just thinking, and Tormy's, my mouth, my heart, so fast. Tormy's. Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. My breathing gets faster, more irregular. I feel dizzy. I can't. Tormy's. I can't stand this anymore. I grab Tormy's arm and I jerk him on his feet. Get a proofreader, CykaDev. I'm sorry. I feel like okay. I feel like I should go in the thumbnail for this video. I jerk him on his feet. Oh, so why is that such an awkward phrase? Moving on. Tormy's, my heart. My heart won't stop pounding, Tormy's. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Tormy's? I grab his hand and I press it against my chest. I can feel my heartbeat going through his fingers, like our heartbeats are connected. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Ah. 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 Sorry. It's time to share poems. Sorry, I don't think it's supposed to be funny. It's just the image of his shocked face just casually sliding off the screen like that. What? Just Monica. Even my internal monologue is stuttering. And just as I was ready to, I suddenly feel extremely lightheaded. Everything is going so well, and I clench my fists and I try to breathing slowly. Fine. It's poem sharing time after all. I'll be able to show him how well I've worked on my poem for him. Yes, that's right. I grab my poem in my bag. As I look around around the room, I see something I should have expected. The music is picking up. It's higher pitch and higher speed than usual. Ha! Natsuki, what gives you the right to take him away from me? I walk towards her, ready to yell at her, but a hand stops me in my tracks. Where are you headed? I notice with a cold look. I wanted to share my poem, but Natsuki just... What prevents you from showing it to me, then? My hands clutch my poem tighter, only Tormuse is allowed to read it. If you don't mind, I'd rather not show it. Oh, I don't want to sound like I'm minding what isn't my business, but you're acting strangely. Is everything alright with Tormuse? Sorry, was there another line there? Okay, nope. How many times will I have to tell you to stop with the pointless concerns? I already told you I'm fine. Sometimes you just have to accept the changes that happen around you, you know? Anyway, may I read your poem? Of course. He suddenly turns around and looks at Natsuki and Tormuse. Actually, can you please wait a bit? Okay. You gone from, oh, we need to share poems to, okay. Alright. Something came up. Without letting me answer, Monica turns around and exits the room. What just happened? Why did she react this way after glancing at them? This is the just Monica bit, I guess. Look at Tormuse, who's giving Natsuki's poem back to her. Her facial expression suddenly changes. Yeah, okay, it's a just Monica moment. Are we going to do anything with that, or are we just moving on? After leaving Natsuki alone, Tormuse finally decides to come show me his poem. The closer he gets, the warmer her body feels. Okay. We didn't do anything else with it. Just flash on the screen. Okay. I mean, like I said, I mean, so much of this is just vanilla dialogue. I'm just waiting for other stuff to happen. And it looks like it's just a brief flash, that's it. Moving on, okay. Finally. I take Tormuse's poem with both my hands. And this look like Natsuki words there. I bring it closer to my face to smell it, his scent. The smell of his hands on the paper, I can't get enough of it. I love it. I love everything about it. Tormuse, I want to take us home. Will you let me keep it? Please? Sure, I don't care. You're too nice to me, Tormuse. That's the last line he has in the game, by the way. Or at least in the vanilla game. I never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. Not really, but I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not bad, right? I nervously giggle as I hold the poem to my chest. I'm going to take this home with me and keep it in my room. I hope that it makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it. I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. I'll give myself paper cuts with your skin oil. Get into my bloodstream. His poem is still in hand. I hand him mine. I know he's going to love it. He has to. You can have my poem too. Besides, after you read it, I know you're really going to want to keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it. With a hesitant look on his face, Tormuse starts reading the poem. I can't wait here anymore. I need to see him once again, closer. Okay. It's switched from the sped up default club room music to the poem share, the corrupted poem share music. Anyway, I wrote it for you. In case you can tell, the poem's blah, blah, blah. More importantly, I have endowed with my scent. See, aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club? I think I'm going to vomit. I lean on the wall, staring blankly at the ground. I calm down. My breathing's so fast I can speak properly. I think I was supposed to say I can't speak properly, perhaps. I look at Tormuse's poem in my hand. It's mine now, mine. I try to stand up, but my dizziness makes me want to vomit again. Wait, vomit again? So was there a first time? Okay. Suddenly Natsuki walks up to me. Yeah, it just occurred to me, okay, Natsuki sharing her poem with MC, that should be the bit where Natsuki's sending him a cry for help about Yuri. There wasn't... There isn't anything prompting her to do that here. Like, total heckin' missed opportunity. Like, if you're gonna, again, you know, if you're gonna tie it to the canon, make something of it. It just. I don't know. It feels like there are a lot of missed opportunities, really. Anyway, I'm just gonna go on. Plow on to the end. Your poem? Excuse me? Your poem. You're supposed to share it with me right now. Not that I actually want to, but Monk will make a fuss if we don't. I don't want to. Besides, I've given mine to Tormuse. To Tormuse? Do you remember what I told you yesterday? Do you remember? Like... Sorry. Like, again, like, you know, missed opportunities. Like... Natsuki's line here, you remember I told you yesterday? Like, immediately, why does he have to be so selfish? Like, immediately picking fights. This doesn't line up with the fact that Natsuki's trying to, you know, get help for Yuri, or that she's concerned for her. Whatever, moving on. You're the selfish one. You should be supporting me. But you're just acting like a kid. Just go away and stop talking to me already. You're a horrible person. I take a few seconds to catch my breath. I look around the room. It looks like everyone's done sharing poems. Without waiting, Monica does her usual catchphrase to get our attention. Her and her self-righteous behavior. Okay, everyone. It's time to figure out the festival preparations. Let's hurry and get this over with. She says with a smile on her face. Natsuki's still silent. Air in the club room feels incredibly weird, making it even harder for me to breathe. I believe Natsuki being silent there is... I believe that's a Natsuki route. In the Yuri route, she has extra lines there. I don't like this at all. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Look, can we just get this done? I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Natsuki, you can make cupcakes. I know you're at least good at that. Still silent. Huh, serves you right. Here you can... Well, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want, as long as you think it'll help. Monica? I'm not useless, you know. I know that. I already know what I'd like to do. We can't run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere for the occasion. So I'm going to make decorations and set up some nice mood lighting. There, see? That's a great idea. That gives us all something to do. He glanced at Tormuse, who's listening from afar. Eh? What about Tormuse? Tormuse is going to help me. Wait, you? You have the easiest job, Monica. Sorry, but that's just how it is. What was that? There's another line there. Monica, you... Like hell it is. What are you trying to pull? I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious enough to the benefit of an extra pair of hands. Mine too. I lifted an eyebrow. What? Your cupcakes? Please. Like you would fucking know. All you care about now is dragging Tormuse around with you and your stupid books. You and Monica. Hey, I didn't even do anything. Okay, then why not let Tormuse decide who to help instead of abusing your power? I'm not abusing my power. I will slam my fist on the table. Yes, you are, Monica. Just let Tormuse make the choice, okay? Okay, fine. Fine. Jeez. Tormuse, I know how fed up you are with these two by now. Where is Tormuse? Is he even in this scene? We can just... Natsuki, shut your fucking mouth and let him decide for himself. You shut your mouth. Jesus Christ. This is never going to end. Just make the choice, okay? Tormuse stands there without saying a word for what feels like an eternity. Maybe it's just as well he wasn't in this scene. I think I just would have cracked me up if he was like that the whole time. I don't know. It's a funny expression. I guess it's supposed to convey shock and horror, but it's just funny. Anyway, moving on. Say it. Say you want to be with me. Is it really that hard? You should have no doubt. No doubt at all. Monica. Yay, you picked me. We can meet at your house this weekend. I promise it'll be fun. Is Sunday okay with you? Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't fair at all. It is fair, Natsuki. It's what he chose. No, it's not fair, giving us all this work and then taking Tormy's for yourself. What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, I didn't even give you any work. You decided for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. Oh, so she... Oh, that's neat. Sped up even more. Oh, so she really wants to do it this way, then. What a horrible person. Our world doesn't need such people. I'm being unreasonable? Monica, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Tormy's away from me every single time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others. Here's a suggestion. Have you considered killing yourself? It'd be beneficial to your mental health. Yuri, you're scaring me a little. I angrily glare at her, clearly showing she has no right to speak. Natsuki, let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See, that wasn't very hard. All I want is to spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask? Two of them walk to the door. Monica turns around and stares at Tormy's. Hey, Tormy's. Yuri's really something, isn't she? I whisper, making sure Tormy's doesn't hear me. You just shut up. Leave, and never come back. I push Monica out the door and I slam it. She giggles, most likely to try and make me angry, but it doesn't matter. Because I won. I turn around to face Tormy's. He no longer has the shocked expression. Finally. Tormy's, there's no need to spend the weekend with Monica. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day was just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Wow, there's really something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I never felt this good my whole life. Just being with you is a far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you, because I'm going to die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much? To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you? But if it feels so good, then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to happen? Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first, but the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore, Tormy's. I have to tell you, I'm madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monica's listening. Please, Tormy's, just know how much I love you. I love you so much I even touched myself with the pen I stole from you. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside of you. I want you all to myself, and I'll be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Tell me, Tormy's. Tell me you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession? No. Oh, that's interesting. You gave him an extra line. My hand clutches my knife in my pocket. That's it? And just goes to the credits? That's freaking anticlimactic. So we just finished with a whole buttload of copy paste, and then just ends. It's super anticlimactic. Like, there's nothing built to anything. There are no themes played on or anything. Yeah, okay. Final letter from CykaDev here. Dear player, if you've played through my other mods, then you'll probably start to notice that this ending letter is becoming some kind of tradition for me. Well, I mean, Dan Sabato did that first, but whatever. It is, really. Anyway, there's so much I wish to say, but I know I won't have enough space here to tell you everything, so I'll try to make it short. First of all, I think I'd like to explain my goal for this mod. For those who played DDRC, that's Doki Doki Rain Clouds, you may remember that I had a very specific objective while I was writing it. As unbelievable as it may sound, I also had an objective in mind while writing New Eyes. does sound unbelievable. No, I'm moving on. Before I tell you about it, though, I need to make things clear. What I wanted to write about was mostly expressed in Act 1, because let's be honest, Act 2 Yuri was totally insane and hopefully for you, not relatable. In Act 1, I wanted to show two things. First, what it feels like to be rejected and left alone. Then there's also self-harm. I know it's a really delicate subject and it shouldn't be taken lightly, just like depression. I know this is merely how I lived it, and I know some people see it differently. But I hope this can make some people understand that people who self-harm aren't weird or disgusting. It's a real issue that deserves to be acknowledged and fought. Making a mod for a game that features self-harm may not be the best way to inform people about it, but I hope DDNE managed to make you understand what these people are going through to a certain extent. If you know someone who has this kind of issue, please help them. Of course, on a lighter note, I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. All the support I've gotten from DDRC has given me the confidence to keep working on the things I love. I really hope I'll be able to keep going and to share more content with you. Heart emoji. Lastly, I want to especially thank Bijou Mike for his continuous support for my mods, and Margaret Kukuyeva, I don't know who that is, for the proofreading and support as usual. Okay. Once again, thank you. I hope I'll be able to address you. Okay, it did boot me out. I didn't even touch anything, so I'm just going to tack this on the end of the video, and I'll just have to do some editing and stitch them together, I guess. But yeah, that letter ended. Hope to address you in a letter at the end of another mod, or maybe at the end of a new game. Who knows? And then at the end of it's Paul Charcha, aka CykaDev. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So I did want to tack something on the end of that so I can give my closing thoughts. You know, I'm going to turn the music off just 'cause, no, I'll leave the music on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was just really anticlimactic ending. Oh, hey, there's a little button marked special. I wonder if I should check that first, or if I should get my thoughts on the mod first. Yeah, I'll check on it afterward. Yeah. Okay. So I'm very conscious of yeah, it's probably being overly harsh in my criticisms going along through the mod. I mean, again, partly it's just me having played so many mods that reading the canon dialogue is just boring at this point. And again, you know, to be fair, this was made 2.5 years ago. The standards for mods were different back then. At the time this came out, you know, like this would have blown everyone away, right? I mean, certainly Rain Clouds did. Even though huge chunks of that are tedious as hell, you know, well, with all due respect. This mod does make an improvement on that. Like, okay, I'm going to make some comparisons to Rain Clouds just to put things in perspective. Because like Rain Clouds does have moments of brilliance in it when it moves. It's Saya's perspective, and when it moves away from the club room, and she's dwelling on her loneliness and her depression, and it acts like a stream of consciousness kind of thing. Just you know, describing all her thoughts and feelings. You know, it's super touching and sad, and you know, like it's actually moving. It's engaging. It's interesting. And then it gets into the clubroom scenes, and every single one, start to finish, it's like line of it's a line from the original game, and then Sayori's going, and this is why I'm sad about it. Line from the original game, this is why I'm sad about it. Line from the original game, this is why I'm sad about it. Every single line, no exceptions, every single line. And it starts and stops constantly for like 100 or several hundred lines in a row. And it's utterly tedious to get through. And to make matters worse, there are opportunities in there to there are opportunities for new content. Like during the poem sharing, we could have seen what it's like for Sayuri to share poems with Natsuki and Monica and Yuri, but instead, inexplicably, Sayuri is watching MC share his poems, and we go through those lines, copy paste, and it's the same start stop over and over again. And then making things even worse, on the day 4 scene on the Friday, when Sayuri's depressed and it's becoming more apparent, and people are talking about her, Sayuri's still following their dialogue. It's like she shouldn't even be able to hear them. They're talking about it. Obviously, they're going to do it when they're out of earshot, and in the mod, she explicitly moves closer to them so she can hear them better, and they're still acting like she can't hear them. And it's like this part was already tedious, and this mod went out of its way to make it even more tedious in a way that made no sense. And it drove me absolutely batty that he put that in there. It's just like, argh. There's so many, we don't want to see just copy paste of the Kanto. Like this is tedious, and and the fact that he tried to make it more tedious is just mind numbing. The reason I'm bringing all this up is because as much as I complain about the Ken dialogue being used in New Eyes, it is an improvement. It is an improvement over Rain Clouds. Rain Clouds is just maddening. Those scenes are absolutely maddening. This scene is like these ones here. At least there are breaks. First of all, at least he didn't do every single line. That's for one thing. And there was at least more of an effort to connect them together, to make it seem a little more continuous. There were still a lot of places where it's just her internal monologue was just reacting to what happened with a very generic line, like generic or redundant. But at least it wasn't as much as in Rain Clouds. So for what it's worth, CykaDev, I believe, took some criticism to heart from someone somewhere. Maybe he took mine. I don't know. Because I did send him some criticism about that. I let him know that I did enjoy the mod overall. Because I did. I mean, as much as I complain about it and make it sound like yeah, I mean, I probably make it sound like I hate it. I don't hate it. I just see both the bad and the good in it. There were good parts in it, but I have trouble recommending it to people. Like when people ask for mod recommendations, I can't recommend Rain Clouds except with a massive grain of salt. This mod has some good moments in it, but you have to slog through a lot of tedious stuff to get there. I have to. Anytime I recommend CykaDev's mods, I have to qualify that and say, well, be prepared for this. There are some good moments in there, but you have to be prepared for this. What am I trying to say here? When I was making Storm, late stage in the game, I was doing play testing and sending it to some trusted friends, and one guy recommended, rather than copy paste the vanilla dialogue, to try rewriting it from memory, because if you do it from memory, it won't be perfect, and therefore it will naturally introduce changes that could potentially make it more interesting, so that people aren't rereading the same thing they've already read a dozen times. And hey, point taken. That's not a bad idea. If I had to do it over again, maybe I would have done that. Yeah, but he made that recommendation again very late in the game. I'd already done all the writing and editing and coding, so trying to rewrite it from scratch would really be rewriting it from scratch. I would have had to do everything over from the bottom up. Yeah, I mean, that's just what I did with Storm. I wanted to challenge myself to connect Yuri's story to the original canon. And obviously that's what CykaDev did too with New Eyes. Which it's like connecting it to the canon, it presents some challenges. I just feel like in a lot of cases he just kind of ignored those challenges and just tried to shoehorn things in which didn't fit. Like the whole idea that Yuri and Natsuki were lifelong friends suddenly made a lot of the canon dialogue no longer line up, and it's like it felt like he just didn't even try to make it fit, and it just makes it feel weird. I don't know. Again, and I've already said this before. I'll say it again. I would be interested in seeing a DDLC mod that CykaDev makes, which just has no connection with the DDLC canon, or at least the canon dialogue, the canon events. Write his own story. That could be interesting. It's when he tries to tie it to the canon is where it just it either gets mired. It might in either tedium or confusion, like one or the other, or both even. Yeah, yeah. I mean, hold on, I'm going to pause for a moment. Sorry, I just wanted to get some water. Okay, anyway. Yeah, next thing I wanted to address was the whole self-harm thing. Judging by that final letter, I gather CykaDev does have some experience with self-harm. If what Yuri did is representative of his experience with it, then okay, fine. Like, I don't want to take away from that. She does it because she doesn't feel the pain and just feels good when doing it. From what I've read and from my own experience, that's not representative of self-harm. I'm not saying there don't exist people who do that. But fair enough. That's what his experience like, and so be it, I guess. From what I've read, self-harm again is tied around deep emotional pain, whether it's feelings of guilt or loneliness or needing to feel something. People who hurt themselves, they don't do it because they don't feel it. They do it because they do feel it. They feel very much. I suppose I should, maybe this is a little more information than I should be giving publicly, but I do get the urge, to hurt myself sometimes. Not in the sense of cutting myself. It's more, things that don't leave marks, like hitting myself or whatever. And it's definitely not because I enjoy it. And it's definitely not because I don't feel the pain of it. it comes from more of a feeling of either from a feeling of overwhelm, of like emotions, whether it's anxiety or or guilt, or it just I guess what I'm saying is like I didn't really feel like New Eyes represented self-harm well. Maybe just one aspect of it. I would definitely say it represented addiction well. Because from all I've read and experienced, addiction, it comes like if one has an addiction, it's like and you're sitting at home by yourself, like there's nothing to stop you from doing it, even if you tell yourself, oh, I won't do it again. And when you're like sitting alone by yourself for some time, it's like you start to rationalize it and start to feel like, well, it wouldn't be so bad if I do it one more time, so there's that. I think as a general rule, it's best if there isn't a first time, but it's once you've done it once, it's like it's hard to justify not doing it again. So I can relate to Yuri's internal monologue in those sections. Like Storm, this is a very much, I guess, a horror mod. I mean, like Act 1 wasn't much in the way of horror. Act 2 was more of the horror, but it is more of a creepy, inexplicable events kind of horror, rather than I mean, my own mod is more of the combination of a creeping sense of dread of something's wrong, coupled with just general kind of gore, and the knowledge that if Yuri's Act 1 self saw what she was doing, she would be horrified. After getting to know Act 1 Yuri. We didn't really get that moment in this mod. Oh well. The lack of a climax in this mod made it feel rather empty. It ended with the tedious part. Like you had an opportunity, I don't know, find some way to give the player some kind of send off. Because like they say that like in any show, the things you remember the most are the beginning and the end, or I guess or a game. Like leaving the audience with a poor ending or a non-memorable ending just makes everything else feel flat. And I'm really feeling that here. It's just like, oh, that's it. That was a letdown. Yeah, it's anyway. Beyond that, I guess the rest of the criticism commentary, I should probably address CykaDev himself more than just the mod. I mentioned the other day that I got curious and counted all the gods in New Eyes. 54. And while I was looking in there, I mean, I probably should have saved it until after I'd finished the mod to be looking in there. But I noticed a comment from him. Well, a few comments. One of them, first of all, criticizing me for looking at his code. It's like what? I kind of look at that and go like, dude, but why does it even bother you? Someone looking at your code doesn't mean they don't appreciate the mod. And the other thing was, he is highly critical of people who criticize him behind his back. In his words, like talking about them as though they're the lowest of the low people, saying that if people have a criticism for him, that they should give him to his face. And with that in mind, okay, like I don't fully agree with what you're saying, but whatever. I will send the links to this video series to CykaDev. I don't even know if he's still active in the community. I haven't seen or heard his name come up in really at all in the last couple of years. At one time, he said that he was going to make another mod from Natsuki's perspective after having done Sairi and Yuri's perspective. But then that whole copyright controversy went down, and I think he decided to go off that. He said that he was going to go make his own game instead, but I don't know whatever became of that. I looked at his site recently; that it looked the same as it did 2 years ago. So I don't know. I sort of feel like he's fallen off the face of the world. I don't know if he's still around. Let's see if I can reach him. So he can't accuse me of criticizing behind his back, even though I put this up publicly for anyone and everyone to see, and put New Eyes in the title. So like, it's not like I'm hiding it. But the reason I say I don't agree with that is it's because, like, okay, first of all, I mean, it's normal for different people to like different things. Like, if someone, I would treat it, if someone takes the time to give you constructive criticism, treat that as a bonus, you know? Don't treat it as the default thing that should be expected, because people have their own lives. People, they go to, appreciate some, game or mod or a show or anything. They don't immediately think, I'm going to give feedback to the creators. That's not generally what people think when they're consuming media, you know. It's so like, and yeah, again, it's normal for different people to like different things. If they dislike your mod, don't take it to heart. I mean, there's an art and a value in being able to recognize what is good faith criticism and what is like the stuff that's going to help you improve, and suggestions of what to change and what to do differently, and so on. And bad faith criticism was just a bunch of insults or whatever. And if someone's insulting you, like, whether they do it behind your back or in front of you, it doesn't matter. Just ignore them. They're not worth paying attention to. They may be annoying, but just don't get divine with a response. They're not worth paying attention to. They're not worth stressing yourself over. Haters gonna hate, as the saying goes. That doesn't even have to be hate. Like, it's just some people like different things. There's a huge variety of people out there. Everyone is different. And if your mod isn't for them, it's not a reflection on you. You don't have to take it as such a bad thing. And definitely don't have to take it as such a bad thing if they don't tell you to your face. You know, some people want to express a criticism without dealing with the confrontation of talking to the person directly. Like expressing a criticism, saying what you like or dislike about something, you know, can be cathartic. It can feel good to share that. And you know, like if you saw something you didn't like and like it's bothering you that you didn't like it and you want to talk to someone about it, saying that person that wants to share that is required to share it with the creator, that's an unnecessary bit of stress. Like you know, sharing something bothered them with a friend can help them feel better about it. Sharing it with the creator is stressful because it's confrontation that most people don't want to deal with. And it's not something you should expect of people. You shouldn't expect everyone to be willing to give you criticisms to your face, CykaDev. It's not a reasonable expectation. I'm sorry. And besides, I'm being very blunt. I'm going to continue to be very blunt here. I did give you criticism, CykaDev, and you didn't reply to me. So if you want to encourage criticism, you encourage criticism. You know, like and I was very about as kind and polite as I could be when I was giving my criticism of rain clouds. You know, I let you know, hey, these are the things I like. These are the things that I think could improve. I'd like to think he took that into account when making New Eyes, because there was less of the tedious stuff. I don't know, but I can't tell. I can't tell if he actually read anything I said because he didn't reply to me. He didn't reply. So that did not make me feel encouraged to share with you, CykaDev. That did not encourage me to share criticism with you. And oh hell, I guess I need to get. I was telling myself I shouldn't get into the copyright controversy, but maybe I have to actually, because along the same lines. I really shouldn't get into this. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna get it off my chest. Here it goes. Okay, because CykaDev, when it came to light, okay, I found out about the copyrighted works being used in the mod because I posted a Let's Play of the original version of New Eyes. I was making that recording because I liked rain clouds and I expected to like New Eyes, and I wanted to capture my feelings firsthand. You know, it was coming from a place of, you know, love and respect and so on. So so I felt a bit yeah. So my video got a copyright strike because of the, you know, copyright music using it. And then I mentioned that in the chat in the DDMC Discord, and then it started conversations and people saying, yeah, there's actually a lot of stolen art in there, and I felt kind of betrayed about that. And then CykaDev just launched right in there with this this diatribe about saying how disgusted he is. Like, that's the word he used, disgusted. It's still in there. You can search it up. That by people complaining about him behind his back, and he singled me out particularly, insulted me personally, very publicly. And I'm like, you can look at the conversations there. Like, my comments were the mildest of the bunch there. You know, there were plenty of people saying meaner things to him about it than I did. Like, I was pretty nice and polite, I think. And he's just super mean and rude to me, you know. And that might have factored into me being a little harsh in this in my criticism of the mod. You know, not that I'm being petty or anything, but yeah, like I asked CykaDev, what, like, why are you talking to me like this? Like, this is coming out of nowhere. And he said that he thought. He said that he felt betrayed, that he thought that we were friends or something, and I'm like, we're not friends. We've never really talked before. They were like, there's a comment here and there, but friends? Like, no, we've never talked to each other before. Where is this coming from? Like, the only exchange we ever had was because I said that I was making a Yuri point of view mod called Storm, and he said, "Oh, well, I already I'm making a mod, Yuri point of view mod. Sorry." And I'm like, "Sorry for what? That's fine. You make your mod. That's cool. Like you know, have fun with that. I'd be interested to see what you make, and we'll see what I make, and we'll see how they compare." And I don't know. He has CykaDev has a different perspective on it, or something, I guess. I don't know. Like he it's like he has some kind of mindset that we have to be in competition or something. That's what I assume he meant by the sorry. Like he's saying, "Oh, sorry, mine is surely going to take off more than yours," or something, or something. I don't know. That's the only way I can imagine why he would say that. Because the comments that came later definitely sounded like he thought I was trying to. He was. It definitely sounded like he was. He thought I was attacking him because I'm trying to shoot down the competition or something, and like, I can't emphasize enough how much I don't care. You make whatever you want, CykaDev. I don't care. Like, sorry. I don't care how popular you get. That doesn't bother me. Like, I don't make mods to be popular, you know? Like, obviously, like, have you seen the mods I make? I make deliberately controversial choices because I want to be different. And those mods speak to a certain crowd. And, you know, people who like them, the people who don't. And if I get any positive response, then yay, go me, you know. But treating it as though it's a competition, like I don't care. I'm just doing this for the fun of it. This is a community. We're all creative people making our own creative projects, and it's all just for fun, you know. Like, don't make a conflict out of it where there's no conflict. And if I offer criticisms in video like this, it's not because, like, I'm being deliberately mean to him because I don't like him personally. Like, no, there are things I like about the mod, there are things I dislike about the mod, and I'm going to be honest because I value honesty. I'm going to say, if there's something I like about it, I'll be honest and say I like that. If there's something I dislike about it, I'm going to be honest and say I dislike it. Like, I'm trying to be as neutral as possible in this. Like, and yeah, so yeah, like, my honest impression of New Eyes is, like, it has moments. but it needed to get away from the canon. Like, it just, yeah. I think it would have been. It just would have been better if CykaDev just told his own story, and instead of awkwardly trying to tie it to something where it didn't fit. That is my opinion. If other people have different opinions, that is perfectly valid. You know, like everyone's entitled to what they feel. Everyone's all feelings are valid. Whatever anyone feels about it, it's totally valid. And it's not an attack. It's not an attack on the mod if I'm critical of it. It's not an attack on CykaDev if I'm critical of it. I'm giving suggestions for improvement for future. Like, hopefully it can be taken as something constructive, you know? Yeah. But yeah. Coming back to what I was saying before, like, again, if you want, you say that you value people who say it to your face, CykaDev, and people who give you the criticisms directly. If that's what you want, you need to encourage it. Okay, like, you need to let people know. Let people know, one, let people know that it's okay to offer criticism, and two, be accepting of the criticism. You know, let them know that you appreciate the criticism. Oh man, I am opening up old wounds here. I probably shouldn't post this. What am I doing? Maybe I should edit this out. I don't know. I'll think about it. Hell. So, I mean, where am I going with this? This is just kind of off the cuff. I'm just stream of consciousness here. I'm not really. This wasn't planned or vetted or anything. Maybe I'll edit it after the fact. I don't know. I'll give it some thought. I suggested to him that he take down the mod until such a time that he's able to, because he did initially say that he was going to fix the art issues, and I suggested to him, because 2 months after he said this, I suggested to him, and he still hadn't done it. I suggested to him, well, maybe you should take the mod down until such a time that you have art you have permission for, out of respect to the artist and so on. And in addition to, again, accusing me of being jealous of his success and trying to sabotage him or whatever, oh man, he went on about how he's doing such a good service for the public, for people, and bringing hope to the hopeless, or those were his words. Which I look at that and go, man, like, it's good to take pride in your work. That's good. That's fine. But holy crap, don't let it go to your head. You're talking about yourself as if you're Jesus or something, You made a mod for an obscure indie game. Like, most of the world hasn't even heard of visual novels, let alone DDLC. Like, you're not changing the world. You're like, maybe you reached a select few people, but you made a story about, Sayuri dying no matter what you do. That's not a message of hope for the hopeless. That's a message of there is no hope. Like, how do you even twist that into a message of hope for the hopeless? Like, I mean, I suppose if I can really twist my interpretation of thinking and feeling about it, maybe you felt that talking about depression can help people who also feel depressed commiserate with you and talk about their feelings. Misery loves company and all that, but bringing hope to the hopeless? I don't see that. Like you're telling a story, and a story can be cathartic if it makes the audience feel something. Then then great. You've done your job. But it's not remotely a hopeful message. Like no part of it is a hopeful message. I don't know what kind of twisted mental gymnastics you have to do to get to a point where you think you're bringing hope to the hopeless. Like I don't get it. And I guess my message here is like, if I don't edit this out, get off your high horse. I'm sorry. Like chill. You made a mod for a video game. It's a fun hobby. It's fun to do, and if you reach people in the audience, great. Power to you. That's awesome. That's a great feeling. But just don't blow yourself up to the point that you think you're the best thing in the world, for that. Like have some healthy expectations for you. You're like okay. Speaking of someone, okay, I suffer from depression. I suffer from anxiety issues. I suffer from an inability to take compliments, for one thing. Like I'm very hard on myself, and about things that I really shouldn't be. So I can understand wanting to turn away from that and wanting to take pride in your accomplishments, because taking pride in my accomplishments is something I have difficulty doing. So if you have difficulty with that, I can relate. Great. And I can also understand wanting to do a 180 on that and wanting to take pride in your accomplishments and wanting to feel good about something you did. But don't take it to such extremes. Like taking pride in yourself shouldn't come at the expense of others. If you've become so prideful that you're putting other people down, you need to take a big step back and look at what you're doing. Because that is wrong. Everyone has their own creative pursuits. It shouldn't be about bringing other people down. It shouldn't be about needless conflict. Like competition could be a healthy thing, but not to the point where you're taking it, Again, I'm not leveling these criticisms out of any kind of, hate for CykaDev or anything, Just I look at these things that he's doing, and it's like, settle down, buddy. It's not healthy to be taking things to these extremes. Like, keep things in perspective. It's a creative project. Creative projects they feel good to work on. They feel good to get out in the world. They feel good to have a connection with someone where someone says, "Hey, I relate to this," and that's a really cool feeling. That's great. Yeah, just don't let it get to your head that much. To the point that you feel like you're the most important person or whatever. Well, that's just to wrap this up. Oh yeah, let's see what this special thing is. What does this mean? Oh, okay. I'd like to especially thank the following users for contributing to the development of this mod with their donations. And a whole bunch of names. Any there I recognize? Alright, no, don't recognize any of the names. I'll forever be grateful for the support you guys have shown. No words can describe the feeling I have when I think of everything we've achieved together. Once again, thank you. Okay. So, yeah. I guess that's all I've got to say. Yeah, I got nothing else. So yeah, I'm just gonna say until next time.